Hi guys, what's up YouTube? This is Quick Bob Hero here at it with a match versus Alex that I had in the Prime Cup tournament. This time, we're using again the Prime Cup has a different rule set, slightly different from the standard OU. For example, I know that Lander T and Garchomp cannot be Z moves. They're in the Z move ban list. There's a bunch of other changes that I'll link in the site, and this was a really fun tournament. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna be dual narrating this with the person that I had a match with and a good friend of mine. So say hello, Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm going to do narration with
Okay,
Quick.
cool. And so looking at team preview here, I saw personally that Garchomp was a big threat and that Gallade was a big threat because I had nothing that besides Tapu Koko. I had no real ways of dealing with Gallade because it 1v1 beat my entire team. I was also scared of Garchomp because depending on its set, it could beat everything on my team, and it did well versus Gigalith, and it revenge killed Mega Medicham. And speaking of Mega Medicham, I saw that his team, like every team, doesn't really have switch-ins for Mega Medicham, which is why I decided to leave with it. Is there anything you want to say about your team before we go?
Not really.
Okay, cool. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, I go out to Mega Medicham as he goes out to Lando. I decide that it was just nice to fake out. You are predicting Ice Punch, right?
I was predicting Ice Punch or High Jump Kick.
Okay, so he sends out Ferrothorn, which kind of sucks for me. He might have Protect, or he might go for Power Whip and live. So I decided to switch out to Volcarona. As he sends out Garchomp, as I go for the Quiver Dance. None of that matters though because he could be Scarfed and just kill me. Which is why I sent out Tangrowth.
I predicted him to HPIce me, so then I switched into Ferrothorn to tank it, but he goes into Coco.
Yep. And
so then I went out to Landorus, so I thought he didn't have taunt, but he actually taunted me.
Yep, and I predicted him to stay in, because I predicted him to go for U-turn, but instead, he just kills me. So now I go out to Mega Medicham just to get some quick damage in. Go for the Ice Punch, and now he goes for Sucker Punch, and I had nothing to take it, so I decided to go for High Jump Kick, and now that thing is gone.
So then I predicted him to stay in since he was low enough to get killed. So then after that, I predicted him to go to growth. So then I went to my Landorus to get sacked. And then, but I was thinking going to Gallade for the Justify boost, but I thought it went for another move.
Yeah, like maybe HP Ice or something makes sense. But now he goes out to Gallade. This thing's a huge pain. I'm going for Giga Drain. And, yeah. He switched, goes out to Ferrothorn. I'm guessing because he could take it.
And then I put him to stay in, so I have no other move to do, so I went for Thunder Wave. And then I thought that Litzy would hit, so then I went for Litzy, but then I missed. Yeah. Then after that, I sacked my Ferrothorn since I don't really need it, but I realized in later game I needed it for the drill.
And now he goes out to Garchomp, which means that he goes to Poison Jab predicting Tango. Unfortunately, he gets burned. As I go for Quiver Dance, I'm kind of just sacking this thing off, mostly because I don't see it doing anything with Garchomp, and I don't have HP Ice. I have HP Ground for Heatran, so I just try sacking this thing off. He goes out to Coco, thinking he might need Chomp, and he kills my Volcarona. And he has Gallade, which is super scary for my team.
So then I SC'd, thinking that Gigalith would get paralyzed. So then I SC'd, and predicted him to go to growth to do an ice punch, and then after that move, everything was GG. So then Drill won.
Yep. Everything. The
Yeah.
fortunate part is I purposely just wanted to sack Gigalith because I had no real ways of killing Gallade, because once he set up an SD, it was GG. So I really needed to get Toxic out to, I guess, hither it, and then go out to Drill and try and clean. Unfortunately, I think I would have won no matter what, but the burn does suck because he can't just kill my Gigalith, and as you can see, if you go faster, my Gigalith actually takes out his Garchomp, although ideally my Excadrill would have been able to take out the Garchomp. Anyway, 6 is Sandstream, and that's good games. Alright, and on to game 2. This is our second round. This is a team that's relatively offensive that I have. It has Tapu Koko as an offensive taunt lead to break stall cores and make it easier against balanced teams. I have Scizor with SD because people underprepare for it. I have dual Draco Core with Chomp and Lottie. I have Assault Vest Tangrowth, and I have Scarf Infernape for stuff like Magearna and Volcarona, and it also beats Celesteela kind of well, and it has U-turn, and it's just a great mod. And that's all I gotta say for my team. Oh yeah, and Chomp's my rocker. Anything you want to say about your team?
Not really.
Alright, so, as for leads, I expected him to lead with Clefable, mostly because Clefable seems to be the rocker. Actually, I wasn't quite sure, but looking at just the team overall, it seems like Lando would be better for a potential Choice Scarf or something else, while Heatran would be good as like a stall breaker set, while my team's just weak to Clefable, and I decided that Tapu Koko actually does a good chunk versus team. It's one of the things that can actually beat Clef, so I decided to lead off with that, and I'm guessing you led off with Clef because it was threatening and you wanted rocks up. Okay, so that happens. I lead off with Tapu Koko. He leads off with Clefable. I taunt because I really didn't I expected something like Stealth Rocks, and I go for Thunderbolt as he Moonblasts. And here, I was worried that he might stay in and try to soft-boiled stall the electric terrain, so I went for a Z move, but he ends up sending out Lando, which is also good, but I'm really scared that thing might be Scarfed, which it seems that this Lando is. So I go for Hidden Power Ice. It does nothing, as Heatran ends up going for the taunt. The reason is that he expected Chomp, and this would prevent Chomp from getting up rocks, which is a very good play, as now I decide to switch out. He might have sent out Clefable or something, and I really didn't want that thing getting back. So I just Mega Evolve, and now I Mega Evolve so I can take stuff like Ground better, and I U-turn out of there, and go out to Tapu Koko, as he predicts that and goes for Leech Seed, which was a very good play. I'm going for Thunderbolt. I was worried about Protect, and I was about to switch, but I decided maybe he might predict the Protect, which I'm not sure. That might have been what you were thinking. And
I want to check my Clef since it really doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that was true. Because it was at a weakened state. Now he sends out Lando. I wanted Koko because it was a decent answer to Toxapex and Celesteela. I go out to Chomp specifically because I wanted rough skin damage, as he sends out Greninja. Now, I was worried about Ice Beam, but decided to switch out to Tangrowth. Overall, it'd be much safer, and it works out for me. As now he switches out and goes out to Heatran. He knows that, Heatran's a relatively safe answer. I'm not even carrying Earthquake, so, yeah, that is that. And now he's just free to go for, whatever, and he decides to go for Earth Power. I think he was predicting Infernape, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I decided to go for rocks here. I just really wanted them on the field because sending out Granolot and Lando. As I just want to get Fire Blast, Celesteela is a big threat, and I want that thing gone. So I end up sacking Chomp just to weaken the thing. Now I go back out to Tapu Koko. I notice that he doesn't have much for it. As he just sacks Lando, which was a smart play because Lando died to rocks.
After that, I set a trend since Lava Plume kills from that range, and I thought I can tank a Thunderbolt.
Yep, that's exactly what happens. Unfortunately, I was expecting maybe some double switch to Toxapex, which is why I didn't send out Lottie, and I was also scared of Earth Power, so I did set out Nape. Here, I didn't expect him to predict. I thought he would stack Heatran, but he actually makes a really smart play, goes out to Greninja, and my Tango takes a bunch of damage from the Dark Pulse. And now he's able to go out to Heatran, and I wasn't sure, maybe he might predict the Lottie and go out to Greninja, so I decided to play it safe and go for knockoff as he stays in and sacks Heatran. And now he goes out to Greninja. I have to go out to Scizor because otherwise Greninja will be in Ash form. So, you know, I had to set out Scizor. As now my Scizor is weakened, I decided to go for Bullet Punch because I wanted to chip out the Greninja. Maybe he would stay in. But he knew that Celestia was a hard counter and was the optimal play, so that's what he ends up doing. As now I U-turn out to Infernape. I know I'm going to take a Leech Seed, but there's nothing else I can do. And I wasn't sure if the Celesteela had Protect. Turns out it does as I go for Flare Blitz. Because he didn't reveal Protect all game. And now Celesteela is back to 49%. And I predict this, and I go out to Latios. I was predicting a Toxapex, which is what happens. I go for Psyshock as you were predicting something probably as
I had no moves to do, so I just infestated.
Okay. And now he makes a really risky play. He goes out to Gren. I didn't want to go for Draco because of Celesteela, and I didn't want to surf because Toxapex. So that was a really risky but a really smart play because I had nothing for it. And so I ended up just sacking Lottie. It wasn't going to do much. Now he's going to send out Celesteela. I really just want that Greninja weakened. And that's exactly why I went for Bullet Punch. Because I could have weakened it plus Tangrowth. But I go for Bullet Punch. Now I U-turn out of there. I was scared of a Leech Seed, so that's why I sent out Tangrowth. But now I'm actually in a really bad position. Because my Tangrowth is weakened, and you're going to see the Celesteela actually switches out, goes out to Toxapex as fodder. Didn't want to take a knockoff. That was a smart play. As I go for knockoff again, because I didn't want to risk Toxapex switching. So, now he's able to go out to Celesteela and just finish me off after he goes for yet another Protect. And here is where I said that, you know, the game is pretty much his, because unfortunately, I have no ways of beating Celesteela, because Specs Ashgren can basically kill both my Pokemon with Specs Water Shuriken. Yeah, so that's going to be a good game. I don't even kill with Flare Blitz, as I'm just, yeah, there's no way I could beat the Greninja, so, yep, that was a good game.
Yeah.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed these matches. You're going to see the final round, round 3, at the channel which this tournament took place, which was an FROX League. And, you know, there was a very interesting third round. We're going to see who wins. And overall, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.